services for New Zealand families.
Question number 6, Julianne Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Transport and asks, what percentage of the money announced yesterday in the National Land Transport Programme for 2012 to 2015 for public transport in Auckland will be paid for by the Auckland Council, if any, and what percentage will come from the National Land Transport Fund itself?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Speaker, kia ora. It's 46% and 54% respectively.
Julianne Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What new commitments has he made to invest in much-needed public transport infrastructure over the next 3 years, excluding rail electrification and the purchase of the EMUs, which were committed to under the previous government?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I don't think anyone should underestimate the cost of servicing the investment in those electric motor cars, trains, or in fact the whole of the public transport system. But what I would say is that we have, in conjunction with the Auckland City Council, currently got and the Transport Authority up there, a Central City Access study going on that should produce a result looking at multimodal transport and the way in which the pressing problem of congestion as it's projected forward currently in Auckland can be dealt with. And one of the things that we look at, of course, is that 4 out of 5 Aucklanders answering surveys so far have said that for the foreseeable future they would expect to be using their cars for those journeys. So we do need to let that study run its course so that we do have a good basis of information on which to make our final decisions. The next aspect of the study, of course, will be to look at whether the city rail link itself is the best. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a fascinating topic, as you know.
Julianne
Point of
Genter.
order, Mr.
Point
Speaker.
of order.
I wonder if you could offer your assistance in interpreting the minister's answer. It seems to me that he didn't actually say that there were any new commitments to public transport infrastructure. So I'm wondering if that's
Forgive me, I thought I did hear the Minister refer to various investments that related to public transport. In fact, he went on at some length in relation to them, I thought. But the member has further supplementary questions.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry.
Julianne
My question was quite specific about infrastructure. What new commitments to infrastructure over the next 3 years? And I don't believe that the minister specifically addressed any infrastructure projects that they were funding.
Infrastructure doesn't just relate to the steel and the concrete and what have you. If I heard the minister correctly, he talked about plans that were being put in place that did require investment for study and that kind of thing. So that is investment in infrastructure, even if it's not in the bricks and mortar. The member has further supplementary questions, though. Julianne Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Wouldn't it be smarter to invest in the transport modes that are growing rapidly rather than spending over $1 billion on 4.5 kilometres of motorway, which won't reduce congestion or protect the economy from oil shocks?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, Mr. Speaker, moving forward, it's projected that traffic movements into Auckland City over a very short period of time are going to increase in motor vehicle traffic by about 1.5 million movements on an annual basis. So, Mr. Speaker, that's a very rapidly growing transport statistic, and it is a choice being made by Aucklanders, and yes, we are investing in it.
Julianne Genter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. How can he be meeting the economic and transport needs of Auckland when his government is throwing the lion's share of the transport budget at a few low-value motorways that will not reduce congestion or get Auckland moving?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Speaker, that's the difference, you see. We'll just have to disagree because I think it will get Auckland moving.
Question.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Julianne Genter.
I seek leave to table this fundamental law of road congestion evidence from U.S. Cities paper from the University of Toronto Department of Economics, which categorically states that the fundamental law of traffic congestion is that new urban motorways don't reduce congestion.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? Oh, there is objection.
Oh, what a shame. Point of order. I seek leave to table the public transport's patronage growth statistics from Auckland Transport, which show it's grown over 30% in the last 4 years.
Leavers sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There's no objection. There is no objection. Question number 7, the Honourable Marion Street.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Health and asks, is